So we have a question wondering about, I guess, saying they've heard that there's a lice problem at the mission. Is there a lice problem at the mission? If so, what's being done about it?
Good question. You are always going to have some form of problems, no matter what they are, pest related or hygiene related, when you are in a community living environment. So that's something we are highly aware of and very intentional upon. Good thing with lice, very easy for people to detect on our end and to get a hold of and make sure that's not being spread around. And so we actually have medical staff who are at the mission every day, and so we do our TB testings. We do look if people have lice, things like that. So if they do, they would go into our medical facility. The nurse would administer whatever they need for that, and then they go into our respite rooms. And so now it's isolated, and it's not being spread outside of there. So pretty easy for us to contain and control.
Okay. We have a question about the drug treatment services. So how many people actually in a year receive treatment, go through your drug treatment program? And let's start there. How many people have actually gone through your drug treatment program?
So in our drug treatment program, you're going to have people who some aren't going to make it, they're going to drop out. We do a 5-phase approach. First phase is 1 month. The second phase is 6 months. Third phase is 3 months. And then our fourth phase, I think that's 1 month, and fifth phase is going to be about 5 months, I believe. That was accurate. So within that approach, people may drop out, so it's hard to say total number off the top of my head how many go through in just 1 year. But we can accommodate a maximum of 30 men, 16 women. That would be our maximum accommodation. That's for an 18-year process. And so at 13 months, they transition out and they're living in our transitional homes that we own in the city. So we have people who are rotating in and rotating out throughout that entire period of time. But looking at 50 people per year, close to 50 people per year, is a solid number.
And those, you mentioned earlier about having to turn away 500 applicants.
Yeah.
So were all of them turned away because of lack of space, or how many were turned away for lack of space? For
the people trying to get into our 18-month drug and alcohol rehabilitation program, because we can only accommodate right around 50 people total, they would all be turned away due to lack of space, or they would be on a pending hold based on if we're monitoring someone and think, that person might not make it, so we have someone else pending. So that's how that's currently working. We're in the process of building a new recovery center for the women, which will house 36 women and children, as opposed to the 16 right now. And then our current homeless shelter, that we can house just 50 women inside of that shelter. Beyond that, they overflow into our chapel space. We're going to renovate that to have 80 beds for them with new restroom facilities and new kitchen inside there. So we're trying to meet the needs of what we're currently seeing, and that's the project. So almost double the capacity on both ends.
Oh, wow. So of those who were turned away, any idea on how many of them were local homeless versus homeless from out of the area?
Not all of our drug and alcohol people are homeless. A lot of them are not homeless and were not previously homeless. A lot of these people, they could be business professionals right here in this community. We do work with Shasta County courts with the Addicted Offender Program. So some of these people, most don't know this, if you were convicted of a drug-related crime in Shasta County, you went to the courts, were mandated to an Addicted Offender Program, you're going to have to serve that here in Shasta County, even though you may have been outside of county. So now you're trying to define, well, were they from out of county or in county? Well, they're mandated for the next 2 years of their probation sentence in Shasta County. So where are they from? That's an issue that you have to look at with the court system. But a lot of our people through that drug and alcohol program, I would say majority are not homeless, though we do have some who were previously homeless.
Well, let me rephrase them. How many of the people going through your drug and alcohol treatment programs are from the local area versus from out of the area?
I could actually run a report on it and give you the exact number, but I'd have to do that later today. Majority are from our area right here. What we've started doing in the last year, 2 years, is really trying to make sure that we're catering more to the needs of Shasta County. And our mission statement really is specific to Shasta County, or even just kind of surrounding our little surrounding counties too, but not taking people, say, from like Yuba City's addicted offender program, not taking people from that, because we have a need here. So vast majority are right here, local. A lot of them are people who grew up with each other going to high school. A lot of them are local business owners who, due to drug and alcohol abuse, lost their business practice and are going into a recovery program.